Hello. Here we are now going to look into one of the so-called very difficult pattern for beginners. Now this is not for the experts. It's only for the ones who are like me and wanted to struggle this out. I have tried my best to show you all the possibilities that can be done to make it simple. Okay? Now you will see a program, the corresponding output, and here I have brought the working and the way how you can bring the series come on your own. Okay, now we start with, here we have got the pattern. I want to print the numbers with leading spaces. Now the space I have denoted using a dot because just removal of the printing of the dot will cause the dot to vanish. But if I don't give it, it is difficult to figure out what to do there. That's fine. Now look at this, the first line. The pattern is, as you can see, in this way. It is going from 1, then 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where n is equal to 5. This n is 5. That is why I am having 5 rows. So from 1 to n, I am printing the row number. Then I am printing few spaces, and after printing the spaces, then I am printing the numbers. So in the same line, that means for the same row, that means this one is the same, where I am printing quite a few spaces and then quite a few numbers. Okay, now tell me, how will you understand how many spaces to print? So I have brought it here for your understanding. In row number 1, notice how many spaces do you think are going to get printed? I will say the dot indicates the number of spaces, leaving other than the one which are used for spacing out the numbers. So the first time I can spot 4 spaces and the numbers are from 1 to 1. That means it is a one-time loop. Okay. Then for the second time I can see it is going for row number 2. When it is row number 2, how many spaces do you think are going to get printed? I can see 3 of them. So there are 3 spaces printed and the numbers 1 to 2. Then for the third row, there are 2 spaces and the numbers are from 1 to 3. Then for row number 4, there is 1 space and the numbers are from 1 to 4. And finally for the last, it is 0 number of spaces and the numbers are from 1 to 5. Just to bring your notice to a for loop will give 0 time execution if the condition is false in the very beginning. Then only it will not allow you to enter. Now let us look into the expansion. The expansion working is here and the code is here. So we start with R. When R is 1, how many spaces I am printing? I am taking it as a limit. Limit is basically taken from n minus 1. So this also makes it a flexible variable. Okay. Now n tells the total number of rows. SP is the variable used for printing spaces. SP is going from 1 to limit. And the limit of space, if you notice here, is reducing 1 by 1. So the first time there are so many spaces, the next time there is 1 less number of spaces. So if the first time there are 4 spaces, and the next time for the next row there are 3 spaces. Then the next row there are 1 less number of spaces. So after printing so many spaces, the variable for printing the numbers I am using as k. Note that every time it is beginning from 1, right? And it is going up to a different number each time, and I can see it is going with the help of r, because whatever is the value of r, the upper limit is going up to that much. So in this way you can see how the series is working. Just for your advantage, I am going to show you how this is going to change the presentation of the output. Just wait a second till I run the video and show you how it will affect the output. Just a minute. Here I have got the main and C. Do you understand how the output is changing? Okay.